Aquarius, hi, welcome to my channel, and let's see what we've got for you for love. I want to focus specifically on love, so we're going to see what we're going to have for you. And I was going to say that I'm going to draw an oracle card for you, but the oracle card came right out there, so I'm going to leave that one right over there. We're going to look at it at the end of the reading. And let's see what we've got for you. This is a general reading, Sun, Moon, Rising for Aquarius. And you know what resonates and what doesn't resonate. You just release it with peace and with love, and you let it go. Okay, so I'm just gonna have a look and see for you. So sort of where you are at the moment, what got you where you are at the moment, and also the energy that you look at going forward. All right. If you want to, you're more than welcome to obviously follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. The links are in the description box. And what is the overall energy? Okay, beautiful. All right. Cool. So, overall energy of the reading is the Ten of Swords. And I do apologize. There's some drilling happening at the back. I don't know what's going on there. My neighbors have found a new fascination for a food processor, I think. But anyway, all gossip aside. So, Ten of Swords, overall energy at the moment. So this is sort of where you're at. I feel that in general, what not only, even though the focus here for us is love, I also feel that sort of in life, you are in that sort of phase where you're letting go of things that are not serving you in the best possible ways. All right. So you're releasing a lot of things, and from the Aquarius that I know in my personal life, one of the best things that you can do is sometimes to find something else constructive that you can focus your attention on. But you want to find something that, and this is just really some personal advice from me to you, you want to find something, if I may, that is going to constructively serve you in a positive way. All right. So before we go to the rest of the cards, I just want to clarify that as well, because I also feel you're coming to the end of a very powerful cycle. So even though you might be coming to the end of a cycle, and even though it might be a very, very, positive thing that's really happening, King of Wands, Four of Swords, and Five of Pentacles, it might not feel all that fantastic to you. Okay, so I feel that it's a good thing, and you know that it's a good thing that certain things are coming to an end, and it's like there are some things that might have been in the shadows, that were revealed. Maybe some truths that came out. It could have been some deception, certain things that aren't working, but it's like for your journey of life and your journey of love, there's a lot of cycles that are coming to an end, and it can be very overwhelming. So I want you to be very patient with yourself at the moment. You asked for something. You asked for love, you asked for emotional, romantic stability, and it's busy coming towards you. You're stepping into your power, but you're in that phase where there with the Five of Pentacles, you're in that phase where you sort of like not 100% where you want to be, but you're not entirely where you used to be before either. So you're sort of in that formative stage where I feel that it could be from the other person, but I feel more from your side. Would have let go of things that are not serving you in a positive way anymore. But there's still sort of that emotional attachment. Okay. What I do like about the Ten of Swords, which is sometimes I feel a little bit it gets a bit of a bad reputation there, it can actually be that sometimes in life we carry on in phases that really isn't working for us. It's not for us. And some of you might have tried to fix the situation, get the best out of it, but you realize that it's time to now move on, and you are doing so. Kudos. Okay. So current energy where you are, or advice, the Hanged Man and the High Priestess. So this to me speaks of it's almost like you're stepping into a second sort of phase, a second sort of really powerful cycle. I feel that many of you may not realize how powerful the cycle is that you're stepping in. So the High Priestess wants to let you know that you're not your what you've done, the energy that you've put in, the sort of like this period that you're going through at the moment, which can be so overwhelming. She wants to let you know what I feel many of you already know, is that it is meant to serve you in a positive way. It is the next positive, strong phase for you, cycle for you, and you're understanding it. So it's a reminder to be kind to yourself, to be gentle to yourself, and also to let you know, the High Priest is saying to you, you know what, Aquarius, you don't need to worry, because what you want is very much on its way to you. All right. And I feel specifically that a message for you that that love is coming. Okay, it's there, it's all lined up. And I have to tell you, I had such a powerful, almost awakening sort of experience, within last week. Something happened and I sort of did like some reflection, but it really boom hit me when I realized that source of, or God, whatever name you want to use it, has always had my back, always ran the show, always knew what was going on. So know that there's a source out there, that you are part of, that you are a perfect representation of, that has got your back. Okay? You are not alone in this game of life. It's got your back. All right. Let's get some clarifiers for you all. Let's put this over here. I get such a good feel. I get such a good feel. Yep. Emotional stability. All right. So there with the Chariot card, the Emperor, and the Seven of Pentacles. So a lot of you may have been very Aquarius up to this point, living in that sort of headspace, logical space, liking to unpack. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course. But I feel that for many of you, you're getting more into that balance between the heart and the head sort of space. Okay, and it can be a bit of a thing sometimes when you do that, especially when it's not always sort of been your thing. So again, as the Hangman there and the High Priestess next to the Hangman said to you, in this period where you are, sort of acclimatizing, again, it also speaks of balance there. The balance between the divine male, the divine feminine, the yin and the yang. So especially for you, that, because I feel a bit of, it's almost like there's a heavy energy, but it's also a lightness at the same time. You are going to that space where you're getting that balance between the divine male, the divine feminine, the yin, the yang, the heart and the mind. And that makes you powerful. This makes you powerful because you get to see your, if you want to think of life as a puzzle, okay? So a lot of puzzle pieces don't even realize that they are puzzle pieces. But once you realize that you form part of a puzzle, life, a cycle, a game, if you want to call it like that, and you get to see your part in the game. When you understand your part in the game, then it makes you powerful because it gives you choices, it gives you options, it makes you see how certain actions are just not really worth your time. All right. It might make you realize how it might be better to not go back to that situation, how it might be better for you for everybody really, to sort of do things differently from how you may have actually done them before. So you really go into that phase where you're beginning to see how you contribute to the whole picture of life. Now, what brought you here? So we've got the Nine of Wands. This is the energy that's been bringing you here. The Two of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. So I'm going to show them to you together because this is interesting. Nine of Wands, which is all about emotions. Two of Swords, how to get out of sticky situations, next phases. And Nine of Pentacles, abundance. So some of you, I really do sense a very deep sort of, it's almost like it's not just a discontent, it's an unhappiness. Okay, so some of you might have been with someone, and this could also reflect in your life, but there were situations that they just didn't sit too well with your heart. And this might have been coming for a long time. It might also actually be part of a repeating pattern. But I feel that many of you sort of got to realize how you contribute to the situation that you say you don't want to have. Okay, now you may not have thought of it in the way that I just said it, but sort of in one degree or the other, you kind of got to say, like, this must be me somehow. All right, somehow this must be me. And you wanted to get out of there, but I also feel that you didn't want to get out of there in the normal sort of way that you might, get out of things, all sort of, swords and guns blazing type of thing. You said, maybe there can be a different way here. Now that I see things in a different light, now that I maybe get to see that maybe it's not only them, it's maybe only me. It's like, somehow I am contributing to this, because there's something that I want you to understand. Let's just picture that you've got a situation between two people. So yes, person A and yes, person B. All right. Now, normally when people have problems with each other, they see it as the person and the person. But there's a third energy body over there, which is really sort of, to me, the way I see it, like a third person, which is the situation. Okay? Because remember, human beings are also just energy. So if, say for example, you are in a situation where you're sort of like an abusive relationship. Like a couple of years ago, I was in a very abusive relationship. I wasn't physically abused, but I was emotionally and verbally very abused. No way I'm going to let somebody hit me, but I always wondered, how is it that you're in this sort of situation and why don't you just leave? But then I realized it's a cycle that builds up, and it's a give and take. It's like fishing. You don't just go there and grab it. It happens systematically. And when you can understand that you somehow contribute to that, that actually gives you energy, because it gives you choices, it gives you options, because it lets you know that you can also get yourself out of it. All right. So this Nine of Wands, this emotional sort of situation, and this could even be a pattern from childhood. All right. Temperance, Knight of Pentacles, and Ace of Swords. So this is really, really powerful, because it seems like there's a sort of like a spiritual development really taking place there, that you were on the path, but it's almost like you realize one day, listen, I still got some work to do here. I've got some work to do here, and you really wanted to work on what isn't working for you. Many of you started, it's like you dared to dream what it is that you really want to have, whereas you might have suppressed it before. And for many of you, you realized, again, your contribution to the situation, and also what you will need to do in order to get what it is that you prefer for your life, in order to actually receive the gift that the universe is giving you. Many of you figured out what you would have to do in order to get that, and that actually meant going some paths that previously you wouldn't in your wildest of dreams have ever imagined yourself doing that sort of things. Okay, so you've grown, and you, even though I feel that this is some sort of repeating cycle that you were working through, that you wanted to get out of in love, this is an amazing growth opportunity, by the way. You may have sort of felt there, and this might have been a bit of a backwards, forwards Monopoly game there for a while, because you were called for a different sort of solution to how you would really do things before, but you didn't really know what that solution was. Okay, so I felt that you sort of, many of you started to turn inwards. Okay, which is beautiful, which is beautiful. And yeah, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. So 7 of wands there with the 2 of wands clarifiers and the Fool. Okay, wow, this is awesome stuff. All right, so you realize that, listen. I need to do the inner work for me. It's almost sort of like, it was where that logical parts of you started to really come forward, where it said, you know, I have to see what are the emotions that I'm masking with whatever. I have to work at working through those things in a loving sort of amicable way, because the alternative didn't work. And so that I can have the dreams that I want to have, and that, boom, set you on the path for everything. So you've done really well. Okay, you've done beautifully well. Aligning up here with 9 of Pentacles. So everything may not be the way that you want them to be at the moment, in life, in love, in romance, but also you are ready for oh wow, you are ready for something beautiful, something new, and it's starting to happen, and you can feel it, you know. Beautiful confirmations here for you, and this does my heart so good. Confirmations: the Star, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Wands. Okay, so first of all, wanting to let you know that the universe is fully supporting you at the moment. That whichever step you take, it's almost like the universe, it's almost like they're cheering. They want to let you know that you're doing well, that you're fully supported, that your dream is busy shaping, that there's a lot of endings taking place, and it might be a very, very emotional period, probably more emotional than you might be used to before. But also remember, the world itself is currently busy going through quite a metamorphosis, and it's amazing. And you're stepping into your strength little bit by little bit. The small actions that you do, that you may think of as your small actions, small cycles, is actually doing a lot for you. All right. So going forward, so where's this energy all taking you? So I've got the Queen of Pentacles, I've got the 4 of Swords, and I've got the Chariot. And we had the Chariot earlier as well. Okay, so that balancing of emotions. So I don't feel that this period of sort of like establishing exactly what it is that you want, you're not 100% there yet, all right? Because there's still, you're still working through some things of the past, okay? But you're on your way, and it's like, it's almost like I feel a sudden influx of energy. So it can be sudden change. You just meet the right person. It doesn't have to be necessarily the person you fall in love with, but somehow something happens, and it's almost like you, and it's almost like this energy is already here, okay? Which means this could probably happen even, this could happen, boom, right even now, shortly after seeing this reading, or you can realize, oh my goodness, that was the moment, you know. But something quite profound happens. The King of Strength, King of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. Somehow you're getting to see some sort of, I don't want to call it flaw, energy contribution that you put into the situation, okay? And it's like one thing that you change and everything else changes, and you get that. You just somehow get it, all right? It puts you into your power, it lines you up with your power, and it brings you, it's, in a sense, it's like you don't have to go and look for your soul partner, all right? And I say this in all confidence, your twin flame is literally you in this final sort of stages of the twin flame journey, which often they can be very, very challenging. But beautiful, 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 sort of the end of a cycle. Okay. Now, the thing that you want to be careful of when it comes to this, and this is why it's so important to remain mindful of where you are at. You know, it's very easy to fall back into a previous cycle sometimes. Okay, but it's almost like it's like your awakening and your alignment happens so quickly, because I feel many of you are sick and tired of the past. You don't really want it repeated. You kind of rebel against that. Okay, coming into your power, and one of the, again, this Four of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Swords, the Death card, and the Ace of Cups. So this is some really, really powerful stuff. So again, something, and this is the second time that I'm now getting it just more powerfully for you. You are getting to see, it's like you might perceive it as many different things keeping you stuck: health, friends, career, family, whatever, you know, financial commitments, whatever. But somehow you get to see, or you get made an offer, you get aligned with an energy that it's one thing that sorts out many things. Because even though you may look at things as individual problems, it's actually different sort of representations of the same energy. Okay, and that's coming to an end. It's like boom, enough, had it, boom, all beauty coming there, abundance, love, life, and balance and harmony. I like that. I'm going to clarify the Chariot for you before we take that Oracle card for you. So overall, it seems really, really good. You know, quite a strong transformation sort of period that you're having at the moment. Could be experienced as very overwhelming. But also it's like something inside your heart says yes. And it's almost like you might be looking at this reading and you said, I knew it. I knew it. Okay. Clarifying there, the Chariot for you is the so the Chariot is balances, harmony, unlocking of amazingness. The Six of Swords, fantastic. The High Priestess, amazing. The Ace of Swords. Okay, so literally it's almost like you find the counterbalance to your crazy. Okay, and for the parts of yours that, you know, maybe need some support, even if it's just there, I find a beautiful, 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 strong twin flame balance for that, and it just works. It's one of those things in life that just works. It's not complicated, it's not difficult, it somehow just works, because this is sort of your slice in life. And then the Oracle card that I have for you, it says begin now, take your first step, and it's in reverse. I feel that some of you, let me just clarify for that, but I feel that for some of you, it almost sort of feels like you're waiting for a sign, like you sort of saying to yourself, I'm going to do it, but I'm just going to take a moment. I'm just going to wrap my head around this. I'm just going to take some time. I'm just going to take a day or two, all right? The energy is here now. 4 cards came out. Queen of Cups, the Hierophant. Okay, so what you want, you're getting. You know what is not yours. And I don't want you to be scared that you might sort of, in this powerful stage, attract what is not for you. So the thing that you want to be careful of is that you don't sort of fall back into your previous pattern. That is why it's important to do something right now that keeps you in a constructive space, okay? In a happy space. For me, it's cleaning. And the balance there, the Moon and the Page of Pentacles. So the more you work on feeling good, the more things really just attract to you, and it happens beautifully. Okay. So I'm quite excited to see, Aquarius, where this journey is going forward, because this is some real progress, eh? This is some real progress. Amazing. Yeah, so subscribe to the channel if you like, you know, and hit that what do you call the thing, the notification bell, so that you know when your reading comes out every week for you. You're more than welcome to order a personal detailed reading if you want to do so. It's $12 for a 30 minutes downloadable reading. And you're also more than welcome to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. The links are down below. Till next time, honor, love, respect. Namaste.